Welcome to Nevermind The Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind The Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Good morning, Nevermornings. I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF, Nevermind the Furthermore. And Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with generous support of our good friends over at indiecd.org. Yes, the Independent Creator Directory, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest musicians, authors, and other creatives, all coming together to have a community that's made by creatives for creatives, and so that you can find and access the good folks who can help you make your dreams come true. For as low as $40 a month, you too can join their numbers and find yourselves in a wonderful place where you can be promoted well without worries of being, well, targeted by the whims of billionaires moving like giants in the playground. Support the Independent Creator Directory. I do. I'm a proud member. And you should be too. Now, we're also made possible by sales of my books. Let's rattle this one off because I wasn't able to last time. The Simple Sword, The Fighting Axe, and The Simple Spear, which are all parts of my ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals that, once I wrap up Haints and Hellfire and some game design stuff, which I will be talking about shortly, I will be able to get back into. I'm hoping to have that set up very soon. Those books also include my aforementioned game design, The Wonderful World of Big Stompy Robots, which you'll be hearing about incessantly as we are just over a month from Region Con. So I will be doing some very big BSR related things involving, but not limited to, the a live stream of me making the wooden BSRs, talking about game design, answering your questions because people have questions about how I do game design, and possibly doing some more of the fiction related to it. Now, we also are sponsored by Through the Thinning Veil, this is volume 1, my collection of 7 short stories designed to chill your bones, some of which being real, some of which being taken from my misadventures as a paranormal consultant, and Haints and Hellfire, which was supposed to be a short story that every time I write a little bit more on, write a little bit more about. We'll say that, because while I do occasionally have to write about morons, they don't tend to last long in worlds where monsters can devour their faces. But Painted Hellfire is available. Guys, I am insanely proud of this book. I am working on the second one. Oh my gosh, is it great. And since I am working on the second one, let's do the traditional bring up the phone and check my accountability towards that. It's a couple keystrokes away, or screen taps. Oh, I feel so ancient. And we are at 21,393 words. Not the biggest jump, but I am still a little slowed down by my wrist, which is what conveniently go into the next chunk of accountability notification. I spent a few days off my wrist to give it a chance to heal, basically reset everything, strapped it in the brace, and let it get reattached. And as you can see, it's working almost as well as it ever does. It's still a bit weak, but I was able to do my drills last night. We're going to build back up, because that's what we're about. We face challenges here, and we encourage ourselves, and we push through. We rest when we have to. We get up and we do what we need to do to keep it going. So today, I did get to listen to a good portion of Brian K. Morris's wonderful No Warning. If you missed that, I shared that on my Facebook as a public link. I shared that on my X as well. X is always public. I'll probably scooch it over to my Blue Sky, the link to my Blue Sky later, just to get more eyes on my man, my friend, my hero, Brian K. Morris. Now, in news accountability, what are we doing? I am taking the next 3 days, basically, because I have 3 days till I'm officially a month out from IndieCD.org. Not IndieCD. Man, I spent so much time thinking about the Independent Creator Con that I am just geared toward it still. Thinking about Region Con. And it's hitting me very, very different this year than any other year. If you ferry Region Con into Arctic Con, when you have been a con showrunner, going to other cons feels different. For many years, the only convention I got to go to all year was Arctic Con or Region Con, where I could sell my art and maybe my books. Ooh. Back in the days where things were custom print, I still actually have a couple copies of the special Joe Bachman edition of The Simple Sword that, I almost don't have the heart to part with, because my printer took a big colossal on me one year, and Joe went down to Staples and hooked me up. So I have a couple copies of those. I keep them separate for very, very special purposes. But I'm looking forward to the convention. It's going to be, I have to do a big restock, which means laying out money. But it also means, dear friends, that I have a chance to redo my thing, do a bunch of new art to kind of refresh my stuff, maybe get some new prints set up. I'm excited. I am genuinely excited, and the chance to, of course, spend a day mostly running Big Stompy Robots, and then running, my lovely on-site art commissions, and hanging out with Joe and Trey, and just basically blasting through, which will be a delightfully non-stressed, relative to everything else, situation. I'm excited. It is at a new site to us in Cherville, Indiana. I want to say it's at the Cherville Parks Department facility. I'll get you the dates and stuff. Like I said, I still have a couple days to rattle through some things that need to happen on my end before we can get there. But I am very excited about that. Now, in the news, without being too specific, there have been some changes, and I've been reaching out to a few friends about some rather personal health related laws that have been passed and affected. So I apologize if I was less than chatty with BKM. I was on the clock for the other gig, so to speak. And I encourage everyone who is affected by that to reach out for support to your friends, to the supportive members of your family, if such things do exist, and to people in the affected communities. Don't let fear control you. Okay. I know for some folks right now, it's a kind of a spooky time. And there are good people here who will be there to help you. If you don't know or aren't affected by this, you can either look through the news and figure it out, or don't worry. If you are affected by this, you know exactly what's going on. Or if someone you know and love is affected by it, again, you know exactly what's going on. But I have to be very careful with my phrasing in these matters, because some people I know are not in situations to talk about things going on. So yes, I will I suspend a lot of my promotional activities and even my own work activities to check on people like that? Absolutely, because that's what we're about here. A rising tide is supposed to lift all boats. Okay, it's supposed to lift all ships. So I try to make sure it does. I will also remind you, just because the rising tide is lifting a ship up, it doesn't mean that it's the same experience, because the rising tide should lift the folks who are in the cabin cruisers at the same time as lifting the folks who are clinging desperately to a raft made out of fallen logs and lashed together empty milk bottles. So I try to go that extra level and at least get them in a proper boat. So I'm going to keep doing that. I know a few people will be a little saucy, a little crunchy about that. You have the right to be crunchy about that. I'm going to continue helping people. That being said, we have a lot of creativity going on. I have a new art piece that I was going to upload to share. I was requested by Mr. Dan Hollifield to do a picture that, ironically, Great Minds, I'd already decided I was going to do for our own Don Dulas, who I hope is in the chat. I will see about getting it to upload and share. If not, you can go to my DeviantArt website at www.deviantart.com/NickT. Let me see if that banner is where it's supposed to be. It is not. Okay, I will have to set up another, but it's in the scroll. I have to change the banners around. Now, so got that done. I have a lot of writing to do. As I said, I'm progressing through Hanson Hellfire 2. When you write, you go through periods where I am on. I know exactly where it's going to be. I know what's happening. I am immersed. And then there are periods where you'll be bounced out of it. And I got slightly bounced out of it, so I'm trying to find my way back into the groove. But still, I'm doing better firing off on my phone like I did the previous one. And then I will go through the horrendous editing process and then send it to my sorted proofreaders and beta readers. They do have access. It's just a matter of them getting time to read it, which I understand. Hanson Hellfire is doing fairly well. We slowed down quite a bit on sales in general, but I always slow down about this time. So it does fit the annual patterns. I've been doing this long enough to have some of those. I would like to boost them back up again, which I'm hoping to. I am also, gleefully waiting progress on the potential for an audiobook as done by the amazing Miss Saren. Then I'll have to figure out how to get an audiobook up on Kindle without having to go through their requested automatic AI voices. Because if I want speech to text to do it. I'll just have speech to text do it. I mean, text to speech. Sorry, Captain Dyslexia strikes again. But now, we have endured the horror, which is time change. That has affected some of us more than others. Several of my clocks are automatic, thank all that is holy. So I'm not too far in the world of time as a nebulous and non-existent entity we all try to laughingly agree on, but never really do. But it's okay if you're a little flustered this week. A lot of folks are going to be feeling it with the spring forward. I personally think we are at a point where that is abusive and we need to just pick one and stick with it, having transcended the need for natural light to do most of our work activities. And I also am putting out a petition. Can we please have 24-hour Walmarts back? I miss them. That being said, I hope you're writing. I hope you're creating. I hope you're getting out there and seizing it. Because yes, there are challenges, some big, some little. But the challenges aren't what's going to define us. The challenges aren't what's going to make us great. The challenges are what will be remembered in the rearview mirror as we blast through. Because, as the cats apparently demonstrated, knocking things down in the living room. That is a later Nick problem, not a current Nick problem. But you guys are doing great. I'm watching all the projects. I watch the shows when I can. A lot of times I have to be doing 15,000 things while I'm watching them. And I found out something else, something really neat. A shady, well, not shady, but a undiscussed largely trick with the algorithm from a fairly reliable source for those of you who are still using the tube of you. Now, here's at that phase where it's not quite long enough to do what I wanted to do. Anyway, the algorithm weighs very heavy on carryover videos. So if somebody watches your video and immediately watches another one of your videos, that is a huge deal. That means in the fairly near future, I'm going to try to finally get organized and have things like end cards and stuff to elevate my system up. I hope that you guys can. It's why playlists are very important. So I want you guys to keep that as a tip, okay? Keep that in mind because apparently the algorithm weighs it incredibly heavy. So we're going to be doing that. Speaking of algorithmic needs, I do hope you all are hitting like, share, and subscribe because I spend a lot of my time promoting people far more interesting than myself, and it would be a tragedy for that to fall apart. So please get their information out there. We've got a good crowd today. I'm very proud of you guys. We want to help you guys be the best you can be, make the plans you have happen, and get things done. So, in light of that and the fact that my good Lord Almighty, you guys are having fun in the chat right now, I'm going to run an ad promoting my buddy Joe and the Independent Creator Directory, and then I will be back to you guys in a minute and something. And huge thanks to Joe who set up and was starting the show because I was running late, replying to some folks who were in need. So see you in about a minute and a half. Morning, folks. All right. Now, I am a interesting individual. I admit it freely. My background is disaster. That's on my to-do list. But we're also dear friends. Surrounded by people far more interesting, far more talented than myself. And as soon as I deal with the comment dump that hit while I was dealing with the comment dump, I love you guys. We'll start getting through the chats. It looks like it's going to be a long and fairly spicy morning. So whoa, yes, please. And that's another comment dump during, that's the record, guys. It's not quite, but it's real close to record of comment dumps launched during my edition of comment dumps. So I'm trying to scroll back up and it's like bing, bing. I feel like I'm typing on a mechanical typewriter again. Yes, believe it or not, I am that old or that poor, depending on how you want to phrase it. First through the door at 9:21 was our own Alex Creations. Good morning, Alec. Good morning. I'm heading to the library to work on school. Good man. Get your work done. Get the support. You know we're here for you. Formal or informal, we will get that straightened out. But we are absolutely here for you, Alec. And good morning, Trey. Hope you're having a good one, darling. I need to sit down with Joe and Trey some point in the near future and actually have a conversation where we're not trying to pull off business stuff or navigate around assorted who has what disaster or what do we need to be selling, because I swear those two are the hardest working folks who aren't me in independent broadcasting. Anyhow, and that's our own independent creator directory giving greetings. And hey, Donna, I know it's Monday and some of you just aren't feeling it. But if you can keep your groove smooth and stay on the tube with me, I'm sure that Donna can come in and help you keep the mojo in the dojo. Enjoy your cigar, your coffee, and whatever else is keeping you afloat today. I am indulging in something I don't get very often, a decadent donut. Maple icing, not my favorite donut, but way up there. Like easily in my top 5, if not top 3. My favorite donut being, of course, the Boston cream donut. But maple icing is way up there. And I've had a donut in a very long time. So I'm enjoying that as part of my oh-so-healthy breakfast. But good morning, Donna. And we're joined by Foxy. Good morning, Foxy. And Joe is greeting everyone. And Trey is greeting everyone. And Foxy says, dog woke us up just in time. Wonderful. And Carl says, hello, everyone. Sorry, I was poking at BCam on No Morning Show. Yeah, BCam's been a busy man lately. I'm glad to see him doing his morning show. It's just Monday mornings are absolute dreck for me. As very often I have to do my med reset. So it is what it is. And morning, Carl. So Trey's greeting. And Carl's running down for coffee before we get going. Excellent. And Foxy's greeting everybody. And hi, Dawn. Give me. I have a surprise for you if you didn't hear it. So I'm going to throw a couple things into the chat briefly, which will be found later. Here is the line art edition. And it didn't quite, this is the before I fully trimmed and edited it. Boy, I love that word. It totally doesn't make me stutter. And here's the color. And I realize I still have, it appears, some editing to do to it, but that's okay. Considering the nature of the project, Dan Hallfield came to me and said, I have a request for you. Have you ever considered doing this? And I said, actually, I've already started on that, but great minds think alike. So, Dawn, there's a late birthday surprise for you, buried away. And for those of you who don't know, of course, Dawn Dulas is the wonderful woman behind Her Fashionable Felines. Art by me, inspired by the wonderful writing of Dawn Dulas. Please Please write that story up in a way that you can make money off of it. And Baron is saying, way too early, though. Okay. Brain even? Okay. I wasn't sure, because I didn't think that was your dog's name, but it is. It does feel a little early. That's fine. Morning Dawn. Hey, Trey. At LOL, Foxy, Daylight Savings Time has me all messed up. Multitasking work and watching the a case study in Vanitas has been keeping me going, and we have commentary over here I'll deal with, and we've got a whole bunch of greetings. Same Trey, I hate it. And hey Thesis, I'm going to skim the greetings unless it's somebody that I can promote, as we are doing. And Kelly Carlisle, Brand, I know that's around here. Where's the good looking one? Kelly Carlisle is the brilliant mind both behind the Rembrandt Stratagem, which edition 2 is out in Amazon right now. Guys, get yourself a copy of this. This is an incredible book. And let's see. Where did that go? The Atomic Stories #1, in which several great authors have put their stories up. It is really cool. It's an amazing project. I love promoting it. Good morning, Kelly, and good morning, Sarah. Sarah from the Tower of Clocks has risen up from her casket. She is one of my favorite vampires, and no one can tell me different. One of the great secrets in life, guys, is everyone has delusions. It's just part of the necessity of survival is you have to be just a touch deluded. You know, if most people realize the statistic irrelevance, according to some systems of them, they'd go insane. So I choose, dear friends, to make sure my delusions are really spicy. Anyhow, good morning, Sarah, and morning, Molly. Good morning to everyone. I miss while I was getting coffee. Now to find where Calvin cat hit the plastic knife I was saving in my office. Oh no, the cat has a knife. Run, Carl! And Trey is greeting everyone, the angel that she is, and good morning. And Sarah looks misty-eyed, I think. Unless that's an editing mark. And I need to cut my blueberry muffin. Ha ha ha. That's why I wear my knife, so I can find my knife. Morning, Sarah, Molly, and Kelly, and morning, Bladed. Okay, so I'm gonna go through the name list. Morning, anyone I missed while checking email, because I know I'm super behind, as yet another comment dump has happened. Okay, come on. Boink, boink, boink. And all I can read with red heart that says bottom right is cutting your blueberry muff. What's the deuce? Muffin. That red heart can be a complete pain in the butt. I'm sorry about that. I guess I'll change back to my normal account. Joe Bachman is doing quick change performances right before your eyes. And you say you're not entertaining. Normal? You? Normal is a relative term. Absolutely. Back to my more standard range of behaviors and appearance. We'll go like that. Hey, all. Hey, Grant. Those don't go together. And Joe says, I'm not normal. This account happens to be though. Okay. And more greetings. Hi there. And hi, Grant. How is your campaign closed, or is it still going on? I can't quite remember. And good morning, Grant. And I feel bad I missed no warning. You know what, though? You can catch it in the rerun. Brian won't mind. Hi. Go home! The rides are all broken and we've run out of food. There's an old story about being run out of all-you-can-eat buffet that I'm not going to tell here because it just borders on green room, but not for the reasons you would think. How are you doing, good sir? Glad to see you in my chat. Morning, Grant. BKM. I literally got on there as BKM was closing up. It happens. Sarah Grant, you were missed. Yeah, it's morning, BKM. And we need more food and probably a bigger boat. Yes, we always need a bigger boat because I want to lift everybody up. Morning, BKM. Good morning, everyone. Hiya, Joe. And Kickstarter.com/projects, Mr. Grantastic League of Cryptids Part 1. Okay, so that's still running. If that's still running and I'm at a half hour, give me a second. Because if I can promote a friend in the chat, Lord knows I will. I just have to find where I stashed it.
Sasquatch, the Loch Ness Monster, Mothman, the Jersey Devil, Chupacabra. For millennia, these creatures have perplexed the human race. But what if they are forces of good? What if they have been sent here by a federation of more advanced alien species to help and defend the human race? That's the premise of League of Cryptids, a new comic book by Grant Lankard, creator of the smash hits Beowulf and Memoirs of the Morbid. His new comic, League of Cryptids, is a 4-part story involving these 5 creatures banding together to defend Earth from an invading alien race, just as one of their members is losing faith in the human race and questioning their mission. The epic tale begins in League of Cryptids 1.
Yep, League of Cryptids is a wonderful concept. It's nice to see great ideas coming out of the woodwork. And let's see, where was I? Okay. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Joe. League of Cryptids. Okay. The infamous Brian K. Morris has joined us. I feel special. You should. BKM is a giant amongst mortals. He is somebody who has greatly positively affected my life, and I am excessively proud to know him. Let me do that. And let me do this. Okay. I'm doing some background things that need to be done to make life a little easier on us. But hey, Donna. Yeah, that's right. Don's greeting Donna, and it's always spicy when she does. And Grant's greeting everybody, and everyone say, hey. All right, Nick. When you get in here, what's this legality in Indiana stuff? Doesn't sound good at all from the tone of it. It isn't, but it involves hormone replacement therapy for some people, as well as some things that could affect birth control, because there are people who use birth control for things other than preventing pregnancy. It can affect menstrual cycles and things like that. So it's a rough time for quite a few people that I know, and I'm trying to be me without overstepping the line of supporting folks without it being about me. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I'm seeing. And I see the DM, Nick, BKM, thanks. It's freaking awesome to have BKM here. It really is. I mean, any show that I take him serious. Okay, I keep the capture from his countdown clock up to never forget the standard I have to hold myself to. And I'm no longer an HRT because of the legalities. Hey, Donna and BKM here. The true miracle of Monday has arrived. Yes, Nick, inquiring minds, you can't just drop something like that and leave. I can when I don't want to bring something up that could be possibly, when I don't want to get into detail on something possibly controversial on someone else's channel. Hi, Don and Alec. Didn't know that what HRTs. Why does it sound familiar? And gets their cup of coffee. And we've got good morning. Oh, good morning, Josh. Because Don will send that later. Anyway, hey, Grant, it's Nick time. You bet it is. And the non-braining continues from no warning. It happens. Hormone replacement therapy. Yes. Morning. Osh. Yes. And I want to, and be sure to tell me how your projects are going, guys. As Aunt Donna says, now is the time to like, share, and subscribe. Yes, or else the amazing Sarah will come and rain heck upon you. I'm working on a special project that she knows about that you might not, concerning that as well. I've got some nifty art projects in the works. I'm feeling kind of beefy about it. Kelly Carlisle can gulp down some strawberry cheesecake coffee and get that back cover blurb sent to my buddy artist Mike Jimmy Lorcha DeBron. Atomic Stories is finally set for this May. Delays are history. Woo! Okay. Carl says, okay. Now I finally like the show intro. It took this long for me to get over myself. It happens. It is an amazing intro. I mentioned to some folks, on camera and off, that you weren't happy with it, and that I was basically threatened with extreme violence if I were to change it. People love that intro. Morning, Trey. And that's what that's about. I was going to get on some after a hysterectomy. No wonder that sounded familiar. Oh my God, they need to stop messing with people's lives. Indeed. There are a lot of uninformed people making uninformed decisions. And that seems to be endemic of current politics. And good job, Carl. I have a problem with Indiana too, but that's another time. But dang, that's awful. Indeed. Yeah, offers could always stop me from not being a walk. It's going to be a ride. I am so sorry about that, Alec, and we're going to support you best we can because that's what we do. And hope you're feeling better than you are. I am. I do apologize about my low energy Friday. I was in sizable amounts of pain, and that takes a lot out of me. And as I said, a man has got to know his limitations. And with the weather changes, occasionally my joints will just decide to take leave of their adhesion and parts will pop out. It's just one more natural part of being unnatural, folks. And Sarah, that kind of nonsense will go away and everything will be fine. When personal lives are affected, history always shows that authoritarianism and little racism will never stand. It takes a while. And yes, $40. Did I say per month? I hope I didn't. It's lifetime. If I said 40 per month, I apologize wholeheartedly. Go! The Mondays got me. But hi, Kelly, and I have very good friends who have gone through HRT to be themselves. Then messing with my adopted kiddo? No, exactly. Besides, people can order their hormone medicines by mail, and that can be stopped due to trading agreements between countries. Don't take it from me. Yes, like I said, there are ways. And yeah, I'm counting on that being off the books sooner than later. Sorry to hear that, Alec. And Joe, the wife has to go in for half a day. She's the only one who can make chemotherapy. I'm going to try and talk her into letting me use the car and get the tumbler out today. If not, it will be Friday. I feel like I missed a comment, but I'm going to keep trucking, and I hope that Joe understands, whichever Joe it may be. And morning, Carl. Oh, okay. It can wait till Friday, Josh. No need to try to get shipped today. I see. Cool. Chemo, gentle hazmat hugs to the wifey. Yeah. And Carl saying good morning all, and go Dark Pope. And when people power attempt these type of things, it's because they seek votes for which there are none. When a family member is usually hurt, the family dynamic kicks in, folks in the opposing. One can only hope. Well, I was supposed to have this to you long ago, and it's been bothering me. We've been there in the opposing direction. Yep. Accountability. Prep for one heck of a busy week with friends. Awesome. Thanks, Sarah, and good morning. And they are afraid of who they are themselves, most likely. And if you haven't checked out League of Cryptids yet, please do. bit.ly/League of Cryptids. And your ad's already been run. You are welcome because you're welcome. Morning dawn with the bird and heading out. Talk to you all later. Talk to you later. Those darn friends, Dawn, so demanding. Hey, Josh. Grant, I'm going to do that, friend. I promise. I like the idea. And don't forget to Munsey. Ha! Only 2 likes so far. Well, I'll try to ramp up the awesomeness. Many thanks, Nick. And free book. web.cuppaz.com/community/Uncle Carl God. And thanks, Kelly. One's mine. You betcha. I know good stuff when I see it. Clue me in. I Googled India HRT and only got a list of clinics. I think we've covered that in the discussion. So, hiya, Chris. Accountability, riding the waves of staying rising tide, whether or not with the group connected to the hashtag. Okay. And want to hear something? Want to hear something cool? Somebody liked League of Cryptids so much they made a fan comic. That's awesome. No, that is like a huge deal because that's when you know that someone is passionate about your project. Morning, Chris. Sorry, I have to run. Josh, good one. Have a good day, Josh. That is cool, Grant. Run, have to update my weather page. We'll come back if time permits. Well, we'll see. Thanks, Molly. I'm going to post it on Facebook here soon. Have a good one. Wow, Grant. Accountability, I will finalize cover art decision by Friday. There, I said it. Woohoo! Sometimes you have to put it out there. You have to say, this is getting done. And let that radiate into the universe to manifest and come back. For a giggle, mermaids and tacos? Really, Nick? Okay. Mermaids plus tacos equals fish tacos. And when I was talking to our man, Dan Hollifield, I was in the process of making my homemade fish taco wrap things, which I love, even if they're incredibly, fish sticks, because that's what I have access to, and shredded coleslaw and honey mustard on a wrap. Very good. I like it. If you don't, it's your thing. But so I was eating fish tacos, and I had actually been thinking about how when your hair goes off to the side like that, it's very mermaid hair. Dan Hollifield, being the brilliant genius that he is, had a similar thought and mentioned it to me. I'm like, you know what? I am working on that. I will get I asked him, when do you need it? He goes, I don't need it. It was just a suggestion. I'm so used to people going, Nick, draw this, that I'm used to hopping to. So it's a thing. Nice, Molly. That's Grant. That's cool. Or maybe not. Apparently there's issue between X Twitter as my last comment isn't showing up. I'm sorry about that. But this one did. They happened. Soggy taco. Anyway, the amazing concepts were slammed by those in a certain The amazing concepts were slammed by those in a certain Facebook group called Unprofessional. But I disagree. I only know one person over there, so blows raspberry. I'm not sure whose concepts are being panned, slammed, or otherwise mistreated. But, people are going to yuck your yum, but you're still allowed to enjoy it. I don't know what the weather is like now, but I think it's too cold for me to paint today. As at least where I am, it was right below freezing when I got up this morning. I think it would be a little brisk for painting. Sarah, do you do audiobooks? I haven't, but I'm open to it. She should. She has a great voice for it. The person who's doing my audiobook, or at least volunteered to requested to record it, and I'm like, hey, can I use it? Is the talented Miss Saren, which with my speech impediments and dyslexia, which is, a blanket term for everything wrong with the way my brain processes, it is possible I either said it wrong or mispronounced it. But yes, I would love to see Sarah get into that sort of thing. And one more thing. Oh, sorry. Grant Draws will be pre-recorded again tonight. Or make the following morning a national holiday. National sleep in and start your work day at noonday. It would be beautiful. Beta listen or actually voice them. I think you could do both. I missed 24 hours at Walmart too. No, look. I loved taking my autistic son and my silly self out at 3 a.m. exactly, 1 to 3, somewhere in there, to go out and shop Walmart without the crowds. I'm going to say something else. Did you know there are people who work midnights? And when you work midnights, you need stores open when you're awake? How dare they isolate a huge chunk of the populace? I miss swimming. I'm behind the code, right? Okay, I'm not sure if there's a behind the code today. Joe? Is there a beyond? Oh, keep rolling. Okay, it's already been answered. Thanks. Me, 3. Now I get off at work at 10:30 a.m. and not much is open except Walgreens. Yes. I was just complaining about that on the phone with a great friend last night. And yes, okay. See, there will be a behind the code at 8 p.m. Eastern. Joe is like triple multitasking over there and signing like the professional he is, both. Sarah? Don't you like how I fling out those hints, Joe? It's so subtle, LOL. In this hick area, the only thing open in the middle of the night is a gas station. Better than nothing, but I miss shopping in my nocturnal life. Oh, yes. Now, that being said, I didn't choose the Casey's life. The Casey's life chose me. And I do love a good gas station. Hashtag totally not sponsored, but if you're ever making your way on 49 in central to north Indiana, there's a Family Express in Wheatfield. It's right across from a Dollar General. I think it's at the corner of 49 and 10. Amazing pizza. And I know it looks like the little residing, a lot of the different places have internal, but whoever they have working there makes just phenomenal pizza. It may or it may not be my traditional lunch when I go up to see my parents, or when I'm coming down, if I'm coming down early enough. I'd like to talk with you in a couple months, if it's possible, for my for maybe getting my Rembrandt stratagem done that way. Okay, cool. I would love for Walmart to be open 24 hours again. If they just stayed open till 3 a.m., it would help. Indeed. Yes, I do, Carl. I'm terrible about promoting myself. Yes, you are. You're a phenomenal everything. And you nearly got sent the line art version of Don's Tacos to go, here, I've got one for you to do Don's Taco Mermaid as a wood burning, just to mess with her on a Burning is Love. But, and I'm more into beta listening than voicing, but I'm still open to it, Kelly. Sounds good. And yes, Foxy, it's a horror movie of where is everybody? I miss having others around at the same hour. Creepy. Hey, if you're comfortable, Sarah, can you shoot me an email address to my Facebook Messenger? I'll contact you. Yeah, it would probably be June. We could discuss it. Hey, there's nothing wrong with having plans. What's this? Okay. Once I'm done with this chapter on the ghosts of the dark, I am redoing my intro for the show and Nick's ad that he plays. Lol. Excellent, and love the plug for Ghosts of the Dark. The Ghosts of the Dark. I feel a phrase that I will have to ingrain into my soul because I will be repeating it constantly. It just has that feel. Very good stories. Okay. The Walgreens don't even stay here open till midnight around here. Oh, and hey, Chris, good to see you. If you're not comfortable, then I'll contact you on FBM. Thanks so much. I appreciate you. And we're driving him crazy. Look, hon, it's not a long trip for me. What's that? You have arrived. Anyhow, sounds good, Kelly. I'll check FB more than my email, but we'll talk and whenever you're ready to need it. Appreciate you too, Kelly. I have no problem with it. Just know that I'm not good at remembering to go to my email. Ruffle. Yeah, hey, I love this. Some people are like, oh, they're doing business in the chat. This is called transparency. If you have people who are, no, we'll talk about it over here in secret and private. You can trust me. Come, let us discuss your project in this dark alley over here. I'm sure no one is watching. Why, look, we just had a Bobby walk by. You know? And why I channeled a horrible Bela Lugosi, I don't know, but it's Monday and we need it. Change in 2024 accountability. Check email on a regular basis and clear out what's necessary. I archived and got rid of, and I'm getting rid of 75,000 emails. 76. To try to get my other things online. And the link for Don's Taco Mermaid line art, as well as the link for Don's Taco Mermaid colored, are both up because I was sitting up at like 1 a.m. dealing with that. And Sarah's cracking the whip for anyone who hasn't liked. My babies! And how did you both think of me as a mermaid? You've got the flowing mermaid hair, and you've got that, like, I'm going to be alluring, but also cause you to come crashing to your death on these rocks for my convenience energy. It's a win-win. I like it. Tummy isn't big enough. And lol, he's being flattering. I earned this tummy. It was a first draft. I always take comments, but I also was phrasing it in the way of an ad for Don's Tacos. So we always cheat in our ads. Same Don. The gray hairs I have that I cover with red dye. I earned those too. Oh, muffin, it makes some sense. Now I want a blueberry muffin. You're welcome, Foxy. And I love my gray hairs. I could never dye them because, amongst other things, my wife is very proud for, causing large numbers of them. Ooh. Thesis purchased a new sword over the weekend, so an unboxing will be in everyone's future. Probably not for a few weeks, though. Thank you. That reminds me, I have something to unbox. Maybe I do for lunch. Nom, nom, nom. Thanks, Nick. My pleasure. Chris Walker says, 15 likes, 12 watching. Great job, everybody. Thank you. And I've got 22 eyes from the places, beyond. So thank you, everyone who's watching. Please like this on whatever media you're watching this. I'm currently broadcasting to YouTube, the Rising Tide Broadcasters Facebook group, which I think I may be the only one still using that, but I think Brian gets some credit for it. So I love to be of service. And over on Twix. And yes, I'm going to call it Twix because Twitter, X, plus being a chunky monkey, I know what it's about. So we have an unboxing for you. Wow, the whip arm gets to rest for a moment. That's good. And indeed. And yes, I hear you about Indiana Nick. Respected. Just banning of HRTs is all I heard about. I was missing. I understand. Pain's a killer, Nick. No worries. Yeah, and I have moderate levels of we'd call chronic pain, but that one got to even my tolerances. No apologies about Friday. We were concerned, but glad you're on the mend. While I'm the kind of person who will go out of my way to look after, care for, and otherwise support people, I am always uncomfortable requiring support myself because I am something of a hypocrite that way. It's like I want to give everyone in the world that's working hard and doing great things positive attention. But whenever I get actual positive attention, or God help me, accolades, I shrink from the the edge of a limelight and flee into the comfortable darkness as fast as mechanically possible. Because I can give out light, but man, I can't take it. Ooh, finally found the link. Mystery solved. I'm glad. Oh, Trey, your other beads came in. They are in mailbox because I didn't go out yesterday. So assembling will be soon. And Nick, accountability to do what is right and rising tide, whether or not in private or sharing what's been happening with the employment situation, if that makes more sense. Yes, it does, and I am incredibly proud of you. Without getting too far into it, Sarah has been doing the right thing, even though it might be inconvenient, uncomfortable, or dangerous, inconvenient, unprofitable, or dangerous to do so. That is Walt Lippmann's definition of honor. And that is one of the highest praises I can give, because I respect honor above a great many things. Yes, it's old-fashioned. Yes, it's something that isn't talked about very often. No, I don't care. Foxy, Bladed, and Dan, if you are here, I have a parcel scale arriving today, so I can get everything weighed and figure out shipping costs. Your packages will most likely be arriving via USPS. Woohoo! I support the United States Postal Service, and I think our government needs to go back to supporting the United States Postal Service, not having it run by somebody who has vast amounts of stock in their competition. Hi, that was Nick being randomly political for a moment. I do apologize for any inconvenience the truth may have given you. Now, moving on. Cool beans. Thanks, Joe. Clarification. The graphics arts students at our local university created 6 amazing cover concepts for my book. So amazing, I'm having trouble deciding. But an indie author group disagreed. Well, they can disagree, but it's your book. A part of me is wondering, could you do variant covers? I mean, the comics do it all the time. I worked at Walmart when it went from closed nightly to 24 hours about 25 years ago. Made sense to stay open since the trucks were being worked. Still don't understand it. They can keep the overhead down a bit when people aren't coming in, and I think they're looking at it as trying to prevent shrink from theft, assuming that people will steal more from Walmart during the late hours than they'd be more willing to during the daylight hours, which, if you've ever been to Walmart and paid attention, that is a fallacy. People will steal from Walmart at any point of the day. So either I don't know good art when I see it, or they can't. My soft opening. Wow, that's a new one, even for me. Opening, but with a bad Amazon cover, sold out with a bad Amazon cover, so it's proof it's not always the cover art. That's true. Don Dulas, Woodburn Taco, Mermaid Dawn. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. And nice Molly. Good news, our landlord came over. We now have a working dishwasher. Woohoo! Well, actually, woo! And woohoo! He almost gave me another heart attack because we were standing in the living room talking about comic books. He left the door open the entire time. We are supposed to be getting our dishwasher back, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. Our cats are okay, though. They didn't get out. And email address sent. Kelly, I was about to put that in the chat until I saw how many people could and would be watching this on the rerun. I understand and respect your desire for privacy. First draft? Oh, dear. Well, yeah. I draw a lot of mermaids. And if they happen to be mildly or heavily Dawn influenced, that would be terrible. Y'all, I've got major conventions coming up, and I need some new art. It's like I got busy doing something that delayed my backup art production just a bit. I don't know what it was. That's what you call product placement. This time chime, I'm just saying, this chime change. Yep. This time change must have really messed with all of us. Nick is less than 20 minutes behind on the comments at this point. Thank you. Oh, well, thank you so much for that, Joe. I appreciate the assist there. As my, that is right there. Yeah, yeah, that little. Oh, Don, this heart might be easier for you to do. I don't know if it is, but you can do that one too, or some variant. Anyway, thank you, Joe. We are just being subdued. I am not subduing members of my chat. That's terrible. Anyway, I almost had to green room myself. Now, money, Dawn. They save a lot of money by not having to fully staff late at night, which is tragic. They only hired 2 extra folks to open the doors. Joe, I think everyone is having various degrees of difficulty with the time change. We are, but we're getting through it. Walmart changed from 24 hours with C19, just didn't go back. Yep, and our Walmarts only went with 24 hours, maybe a couple of years before the pandemic, and then they stopped. And Foxy says, I know I am. Being subdued? Maybe that's why her comments have been a little slow. She might be a little tied up right now. Anyway, I probably should put my accountability, please. Just over 4,600 words on Ghosts of the Dark with 4.5 chapters done. 2 new profiles on IndieCD soon. All the commissions are done. Joe is just hopping and popping. Suffering time change lag, I mean. Never mind my mind. Along with other places, probably saw it less profitable, although they have stockers overnight. Maybe if they could get it on the shelves faster if it's something they realized. I'm not sure. And in other news, Trey's office is pretty much all set up now. Just need to get her a webcam with the stand and she's ready to go. The level of rock on that represents. Kefka Roth finds my suffering amusing. That is a very niche comment, but that one's put out to Trey if she's still watching. And rock on, Joe. I'm going to check out Nita's show. See y'all. No worries. I try to wrap up so that we don't overstep Nita's show too bad, because sometimes I like to watch it too. My new office will be set up sometime in the next month or two. I just need to clear out my mom's old bedroom and get the new desk ordered. Yeah. See you around, Grant. Have a good one. Oh, Joe. Nice, Joe. Both on gig stuff done and Trey's office. See you soon. Have a good one, Grant. She might get tied up later. Oh, really? Molly went to bed at 1. Daughter called at 3 asking for a ride to ER. Kidney stone. Oof! Woke up at 6 when hubby couldn't return to. Man, I think it's nap time since I have to leave at 2:30. Yes! Get some sleep. I will not judge you. Rough night, Molly. Have a good nap. Well, guys, we are just over the hour. I think I'm going to run some ads and wrap it up so that you guys can go over and see Nita. And speaking of Nita, it says, see you soonish. I got him with that one. See everyone Wednesday, laters. Yep, folks, I'm going to run a couple more ads to give folks time to wrap up, and then I am going to duck. News if Joe D. McPhee is watching or has heard this. Apparently, Darkwing Duck graphic novel collections are coming out on Kickstarter from Dynamite Entertainment, so I thought you might find that interesting. Let's see. That is not where I am. That is the. Have a nice day, everyone. Have a nice day. Have a nice day, all. Yep. Let me see. We've got, because I still need to run some ads for some folks I haven't run lately. And I'm sorry I'm behind that. I've been juggling ads for quite a while now, and we've got a lot going on. But I mentioned Joe D, so I'll run his ad.
I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. And I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Jody's a great guy, and I don't get to see his stuff enough, but he's wonderful. One more, and then we'll wrap it up.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art Army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
And I want you guys to art. So get out there and write, draw, create, because you can edit it, you can improve it, but you cannot edit a blank page. I love you guys, and you should too. I will see you guys Wednesday for the next episode of Nevermind the Furthermore.